Hello, this is Intuitive Anna Priscilla. It's November 26th. We're getting past the Thanksgiving holiday and heading towards Christmas. It's that time of year. So I thought I would use my angel decks for the next few weeks because this is a time with the influx of light and spirit into our lives that we may feel the influence of the angels around us a little more acutely, I suppose. So I've chosen the Influence of the Angel Tarot for this week's reading. This is an absolutely beautiful, beautiful deck. Classic type of deck. Beautiful gilding on the box, but the cards also have golden leaf on the sides, gold on the sides, beautiful deep blue back. And these cards are pretty remarkable. They have pretty classic pictures on them. The angels in the minor cards are guardian angels. So every card, look at this one, beautiful. Every card has an image of an angel of some sort. And then when you have the major arcana cards, you have a specific angel attributed to that particular card. So you can see very classic imagery, very classy cards. You have the Tower. So I thought today we would do kind of a classic for a 5-card spread, the cross spread. So what I wanted to do was ask this week, what do we need to let go of and what do we need to move forward towards? Also, how do we need to be in right mind? What kind of thinking do we need to be using this week? What kind of mental processes? And emotionally, how can we be at one with our heart? So these are kind of advice type readings this week. So let's just move these, and I'm going to pick 4 cards. So the center card is the main theme of the week. The card behind us is what we need to let go of this week. The card in front of us is what we need to move towards. The card above us is how we need to be in right mind. What's the most positive way of thinking for us this week? And the card below us is how can we be in tune with our heart? So how can we make this week a heartfelt week? So a positive type of reading with some advice for us. Now the guidebook with this deck is very comprehensive. I just wanted to show you. So for each card, for example, the World would be a major arcana. It tells you the angel that's associated with it, the symbology in the card extensively. Wonderful reference this deck is to all the symbols that are found. For example, the yellow circle of light. Circles generally symbolize totality, wholeness, and perfection. It is made of light representing spirit, and the light is yellow, suggesting the positive energy of the sun. Because of its shape, it also signifies the world. So you can see there's a light around this particular angel. So this is an extremely detailed deck and guidebook. Tells you about the landscape, the meanings of the card, the shadow meaning, and then an angelic message. So I'm going to also use the book a little bit with this reading because there's certain things that I think would be nice to point out because of the extensive information on each card in this book. So the central card for this week is the King of Cups. So this is saying be in tune, but be in control of your emotions. Show some emotional maturity. The King of Cups is totally in touch with his emotions, but he's learned to meter them, to not just spill out his guts every moment he has, but to actually stand back, maybe keep some of his feelings to himself, control his responses, but it doesn't mean he's not feeling very deeply. Now in this particular deck, the cards, the court cards correspond to real historical people. So I would like to see, and here you see the little angel up here, I would like to see who this card corresponds to. So let's get our guidebook out for the King of Cups, because this is an interesting feature of this deck. It's a little bit different in that way. Queen of Cups. Let's see who the King of Cups is. So this is Erasmus of Rotterdam, 1466 to 1536. So it says he was born during the unsettled times of the Protestant Reformation. Urged by both Catholics and Protestants to take sides, he was critical of many church abuses but remained Catholic his entire life. He sought to reform the church, and much of his writing laid the foundation for religious tolerance. Though he was born in the Netherlands, Erasmus was a citizen of the world and lived at different times all over Europe. He was known to be a good teacher, and some of his students became lifelong friends and patrons. So the window, you can see the symbology in the window is open with light pouring into the room. So this represents an open mind and heart, which is a quality we want to cultivate this week. Direct meaning, there we go, emotionally mature, secure, resilient, well-balanced, calm and at ease. Old soul wisdom and understanding of human nature, sympathetic, tolerant and kind-hearted. Concern for the well-being of others, humane. Adept mediator, able to calm things down, gives a good advice, is a good teacher. So this is reminding us to be tolerant, to be calm, to assess situations, to live within the light, to work in the light, to have our heart inspired by love, which is the angel. So this is a wonderful example of calm maturity. So you may be in a situation where you actually need to exercise some of that. Let's see what you should move away from this week. Oh boy, look at this, all of cups, page of cups. So this is emotional immaturity. This is to move away from our childish ways, to our temper tantrums, to our emotional outbursts, to grow up and be grown-up adults. The Page of Cups, of course, children can't help it. They're still learning about the world and about relationships. But also, here you have the heart is on his sleeve or on the outside of his clothing. So, of course, this is a child whose emotions are very close to the surface. So for the Page of Cups, this would be encouraging us to move towards the King of Cups, to grow up, to be mature and emotionally mature this week. So if we're in a situation where we just want to react real quickly, remember Erasmus. You can see here he's got a little gilded cup with a little child coming up. Here he's got maybe a golden or copper cup. This is him grown up. Let's grow up emotionally. Okay, let's see what we're moving towards. Oh, the Ten of Wands. So this is saying we're carrying way too much. So what we need to do is to assume our responsibilities, carry our burdens, but carry them in a mature way. So we may feel burdened this week. We may feel we've got more than we can deal with. But our angel's there to help us. She's guiding us through this situation. And with emotional maturity, not reacting like a child, I don't wanna. We can deal with whatever comes our way, even though it may be a heavy load. So move towards accepting your responsibility, accepting the burdens, accepting the difficult things in your life with grace, calmness, and equanimity. You may be feeling burdened in your emotional life, but you may also feel it at work or just what's going on in the world. Or you may feel that you're feeling very burdened and it's very hard for you to allow your creative spark to come through because you've taken on maybe more than you can chew. But don't worry, there's always the angel, the spirit there behind it. So things will always work out the way they're supposed to anyway. Okay, what would be a helpful way of thinking this week? The 9 of Cups. Another cup, so we have a lot of emotions this week. The 9 of Cups is the cup of satisfaction, of happiness. You can see he's got his little angel in his pocket. He's got everything he needs. This is the card of wish fulfillment and cartomancy. So be grateful, enjoy what you have, eat, drink, and be merry. The 9 of Cups it's a full, you can see he's got all of his cups lined up. He looks very warm. He's got his fur coat. Looks very smug, very satisfied. So be satisfied with what you have, even though it may be a little bit difficult at times this week. And then emotionally, what would be helpful? We have another court card, King of Pentacles. Keep your feet on the ground. Be practical, be shrewd. Let's see who the King of Pentacles is. Keep your emotions grounded. Remember, that is the emotional spot for the week. Let's see who the King of Pentacles is. It's really interesting to relate them to a real person. Page, Queen, King of Pentacles. This is Giovanni de Medici. He's the founder of the Medici Bank. There you go. This is about money, which gave rise to the Medici family's rise to power. He got his start in banking through a cousin and eventually established his own bank in Florence with branches in Rome, Venice, Naples, and Gaeta. He was very adept at business. I won't read all of this. But anyway, he died a wealthy man. But in the years that followed, his family's wealth grew exponentially. They produced 3 popes and 2 regent queens of France. The Medici Bank operated all across Europe and one of the most affluent and respected families, dynasties. The city background buildings symbolize stability. Here they also denote success Medici created for himself in Florence. Okay, so this is saying emotionally, we need to keep our feet on the ground. We need to follow our responsibilities. We need to increase our security. That will also make us feel happier. So our emotional happiness is tied with our financial and earthly security, maybe our power. And you can see here, he's pretty happy with himself. So we may have a lot of responsibilities and duties this week, but also shouldering them, paying attention to our practical security will give us much more emotional security. So you can see very much a week of growing up, being mature, taking our responsibilities seriously, establishing some kind of emotional security through practical security, working on creating our wealth or creating our feeling of stability in the world. And also enjoying what we have. Very powerful reading this week. So with all of these powerful cards, there's no place for a little boy. The little boy has to take example from all of this. So be grown up. Move beyond your little whims. Show some equanimity and calmness. Take control of your situation, even though it may feel burdensome, and enjoy all of it. So thank you for listening. I hope that was a useful reading for you this week. And I will be back next week, or maybe sometime during the week. Remember, this was the Influence of Angels Tarot. And we'll do some more angel readings. If you like my readings, please like and subscribe. And I will be back with you soon. Yes, also, if you'd like a personal reading, I will put my email address in the box below, and you can contact me there directly. Thank you for listening, and have a wonderful week.